Good evening. I am Mike Meekhof, and this is Meekhof Prime Time. Later on in the show, we will announce our winner for the M7 Sports 2020 Gridiron Player of the Year Award. But for right now, let's dive into some other key issues. We're a little over a week from the 3-week COVID pause being over, yet there isn't much hope to me that it'll end at the 3-week mark on December 8th. Cases continue to rise, and the numbers aren't much different than from where we started. This is concerning, and it means we'll likely have the pause extended for football, and MHSAA will have to go to Plan B. And I'll be honest, I don't know if this season will be finished at all. But we just celebrated Thanksgiving, and as we celebrated it, I remembered one thing we should all be thankful for. We got 9 games in during the middle of a pandemic with every kid ending up healthy in the end. A few months ago, it didn't look like we would have a football season at all, but our prayers were answered. So even if it doesn't resume, yes, it would be devastating, but it's a heck of a lot better than what we were looking at in August. Next, I'd like to welcome former Muskegon Catholic Central quarterback and current Northwood wide receiver Christian Martinez, who actually had his football season canceled this summer, to discuss his outlook on the situation. Christian, thanks for joining us.
Yo.
How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Good. So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Just chilled for us. Pretty small. How was yours?
Good. We were supposed to go to Wisconsin, but we ended up staying here just with the family. We didn't want to get our grandparents sick, possibly.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when you first heard your season would be canceled this fall?
A little disappointed from like all the hard work put in and everything, that goes into it. But at the same time, I understood. And with it being my last season, I wanted a regular season. And so hopefully we can get back to some normalcy for next season. And so thinking about that was the only reason I was okay and able to get over it.
So you have eligibility for next year? You're not. I know you're a senior. Did it get extended because of COVID?
Yeah. I don't really know how it's supposed to work exactly, whether they're putting in a waiver, like as in the school. But I know somebody from D2 put out, a few months ago that you would be able to opt out and come back if you wanted and things like that.
Are you guys planning to play in the spring, or are you looking at next fall?
They're talking about it, but they're not sure yet.
And have you guys gotten to do like any workouts or practice at all as a team?
Yeah, we worked out all fall, really. Worked out pretty much every day there was something. And then as we progressed, we went into practices and individual workouts and then practices as a team on top of lifting and everything.
Have your days been more free this year compared to most others? Because you had
Just a lot different. Like a Tuesday last year with me would start with like a lift at 6, special teams meeting at 7, and then class all day, treatment, practice. Like I'd probably be gone at 6 and might not get back until 7. Versus now it's completely different.
So since I've gotten to know you guys, you and your brother at Ohio State have always had a close bond. In what ways have you helped mentor him throughout the years?
Just trying to show him to do everything the right way, I guess. So I try to show him early on the importance of taking care of your body and like treatment. So I know as soon as he got there, within the first week, he was already in the training room getting treatment, which is important because you need to get it even if something's not wrong. There's things you can try to prevent or get on top of. And then just showing him the extra work that goes into it. And he's known some of that, but seeing me do it, he started to have it before he got there. And he's pretty much done everything I've done now, as a senior, he's doing as a freshman.
So he kind of had that advantage of having, a sibling in college that he could look at where, most other people, they don't really have that.
Yeah, even me, I have a lot of family and we have relatives who play Division I football and basketball, and we know people who play pro, but no matter how much they tell you, until you go through it yourself, it's kind of different. But with him and I being so close, it's kind of different when you hear it from your brother. versus me hearing it from like extended family or friends.
So I've noticed you guys are both like really competitive. How intense does it get when you guys compete with each other, you know, in one-on-ones, Madden, board game, you know, whatever?
It gets real intense. We used to fight probably every day until he got in ninth grade. Um, we just, I don't know, it's crazy almost to think about. Like you probably, the normal person, I don't even know if they would understand, but it's just we both kind of refuse to lose, and if we do lose, we're just gonna keep fighting each other until the other one, wants to keep going. And it really doesn't matter if it's a video game, a board game, anything. Like it's just it's always over the top.
Yeah, because like I have a younger sister and I'm used to beating her at almost everything, you know, just because, you know, I'm a guy, she's younger, you know. When like
Mm.
it's more interesting when you guys are about the same skill level, you know, and everything. And you know, are there things that he's better than you at and you're better than him at? Like what would be those?
Mm. He's probably overall more athletic, definitely. I mean, he's been dunking since he's been in the seventh grade. But I think certain things that I can get him at athletically, so it's interesting. Like he was stronger than I was
Then you got the height
in
on.
ninth grade. Like, yeah, he's as strong. I mean, when he was a freshman, he was probably as strong as some seniors. So like he's always been close in that aspect, but I feel like I'm quicker than him. So when we do certain things, like I try to use whatever I'm better at to my advantage. But I mean, there's not much, so I just try to use my mind more. I have to beat him more up top, and then that's the only way you can beat him, because he's really athletic.
Well, thanks for joining us, Christian. We appreciate it. You know, always good to talk to you. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. So next, we'd like to announce our winner for the 2020 M7 Sports Gridiron Player of the Year award. And this year, for the first time, we have a unanimous winner, and that is Brady Rose, quarterback and safety from Mona Shores, who has had just an incredible season with 800 yards passing, 9 touchdowns through the air, also 804 yards rushing with 15 touchdowns on the ground, and 38 tackles and 4 interceptions on defense. We'd like to welcome Brady on the show now. Thanks for joining. So, how do you feel knowing that fans, coaches, and media voted you as the best player in our area?
That's great news. I'm pumped. I don't know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you wanted
I really
unanimous.
appreciate it.
You wanted unanimously, so not every single coach and media voted for you.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
So, what would you say was your favorite moment from this season?
Honestly, I think it was just knowing that we were gonna have a season and knowing that we were actually gonna play a game one. And so far, we're at 9 games, and I mean, it would be a bummer to stop, but we got 9 solid games in. So, so far, that's the highlight. Is just getting games in.
So, almost everyone that's seen you play for the first time, you know, kind of been shocked by how good you were due to your size. Do you sort of view that as an advantage for you in the end?
I don't know. They know. I think the people that we play know that they don't care about my size. They know what kind of football player I am. They know what kind of football team we are. So I don't think it's an advantage or a disadvantage at all.
What do you plan on studying in college, and do you plan on playing football at the next level?
Studying, I'm thinking something to do with mathematics, financial something. But then football is, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing football at the next level.
So make your case for Mr. Football while we're on here.
I'm just gonna say the same thing that Coach Koziak says, that he says it's called Mr. Football, not Mr. Quarterback or anything else. If you take me off the field, or if you take the quarterback off the field, who's gonna affect the game the most? That's what I've heard Coach K say many of times. So I think that's pretty good saying for me and the guys that play two ways.
So what do you think out of your entire football career so far would be your favorite memory? Not just on the field, like practice, staying the night somewhere, what would be your favorite memory?
Honestly, I think it's hard to beat the feeling of the state championship last year, and just everybody just is on their high. Everybody's up and for your team, and I think it's pretty hard to beat that after the game feeling. It's pretty hard to beat.
All right, thanks for joining us, Brady. We really appreciate it. Hopefully the season resumes. If it does, best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you. You've been doing a great job with M7, and I hope you keep it up.
All right, thank you. I really appreciate it. You were voted the best in the area for the reason. It means a lot to hear it from you.
Thank you.
All right. So we just had Brady Rose on, who won our M7 Sports 2020 Gridiron Player of the Year award. They were supposed to play in the regional championship against East Lansing, but as of right now, that will happen in another couple weeks. We'll see if the decision gets pushed back or if we get to stay on schedule. But for right now, stay tuned, and we'll have another episode on Wednesday. Thanks for watching Meekhof Prime Time tonight. Please subscribe to M7 Sports YouTube channel. And as always, please stay safe and keep the faith.